What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fun-filled day here on the Kinda Funny Morning Show. I am one of your hosts, Nick Scarpino. With me is the illustrious, the legendary Victor Lucas from Electric Playground.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah. Illustrious and legendary.
There he is.
I love that. That's
it's always
nice.
So nice when you're here. You bring such a lovely professional energy into our little shitty studio. I walk in, you're already working, and I'm like, oh, I'm late. I came in here like at 10:10. You've already been here for like an hour doing stuff.
We got stuff to do, yeah.
You do have stuff to do.
But you know what? I've been learning a hell of a lot watching you guys, too. And this is my third visit to Kinda Funny. And every time I come, you get bigger and bigger, and you keep growing. And new people, and
I know, we just keep adding to the
congrats.
ranks. Thank you, sir.
That is amazing. It's fantastic. You built your dreams, man.
Well, some would say dreams. Others would say
your nightmares.
Subtle nightmares. Okay. Things that I do that keep me up at night.
Well, you built something.
We built something
right?
here.
That's hard to do. You did it.
Just for all of you out there who are in the chat right now, if you guys didn't know, this is a live show. We do this each and every day, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're live right now.
Holy shit.
So be careful what you say.
Okay.
Is what Kevin says to me every time we go live, and then I just stop listening to him.
Yeah, I've watched. You're not careful about what you say.
Never. People come for the shenanigans, they stay for the news, and there's a lot of good news today. We're going to get to that in a second. Of course, today's episode of the Kinda Funny Morning Show is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. They make protein, and I like protein, and that's great. We'll get to that ad read later when we get to the giveaway, which is happening later in the show. Couple small housekeeping things. Of course, Victor is here. Victor has a YouTube channel that we all love that you should all go and subscribe to. Kevin, can you bring that up? That's not it.
Well, that's yours.
Did you put it in here?
I did. I put it on there last minute.
Okay.
It is youtube.com/EPNTV.
That is right.
And you can find all of those things that you know and love from Electric Playground there. Give us the what's going on with you these days?
Well, what
are we dipping into now? You're always doing something cool.
Well,
every time I talk to you,
I've been doing this
cool.
for a long time, and that's our tagline: is everything cool every single day. And I've been doing this for a long time. I
thought your tagline was I've been doing this for a long time.
That too.
Like that's my tagline.
It has turned out to be a long time. Actually, like right around this time, 20 years ago. We had just concluded our very first season of television, and we used to be on KBHK here in San Francisco, and it kind of struck me as I was getting ready to get on the plane yesterday. It's like, holy shit, we've been making this kind of material for a long time. So EPN TV is where we have a lot of our classic episodes, including our very first season, up to season 3, and what we're doing is every time we hit 10,000 more subscribers, like we're just hovering over 30,000 subscribers right now, and when we get to 40,000, we'll open up season 4 and then season 5.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so
that's great.
So we're letting all of the classic stuff live on the channel, but we also make new content every single day. And it's about, EP was always sort of born out of traveling and going to visit studios and meeting developers on their turf and going to events. And so that's what I have been doing. And last year, I didn't know if we were going to get another TV deal. I was talking to 2 separate companies about possibly partnering, and it just didn't happen.
Right.
And so at the beginning of 2017, that's the year we're in.
Yeah, it's been a long year. This year just keeps on going, man.
At the beginning of 2017, I just said, fuck it, we're just going to make this stuff and just go, and then we'll see what kinds of relationships sort of come out of the content that we build. And we got some great partnerships this year, and then the other thing that happened with our channel, and I'm sure you guys have been doing this on Twitch for a long time, but YouTube opened up the sponsorship icon, so you can have sponsors chip in if they want to support you with a monthly thing, which is really nice. And
did not know that. I'm sure Kevin figured that out a long time ago. But I'm always the last to know of anything that we do.
All of that stuff is totally new to me, though, and it's always felt weird to even think like that because I've just delivered a TV show to broadcasters, and they paid us to make the show, and I've never thought about including the community. But I watch how you guys do it and how you build your show with your community, and it's inspiring as hell.
Well, that's one of the things I love to do. Is obviously we're all about community here. Like when people say, "Hey, what is the most important thing that you do?" I'm like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is that we're building a community.
Yeah.
All the video content is just sort of things for people in the chat to kind of listen to while they're talking to each other.
Right.
And that's generally how it is. Yeah. And I see that because I read the chat sometimes, and I see all the shit you guys are talking about me. But it's true, and there's always stuff that happens. Like, there's so many great tools out there for creators. I mean, at least of which I think. Twitter is finally doing video views, so you can see how many video views you're getting on Twitter, which is going to incentivize us, of course, to put more on there because we're addicted to those views. You got to get those views up. Yeah. So it's awesome. I always say this, like you guys were always everywhere when I first started at IGN, and you've always been awesome. So it's always lovely to have you in the office.
Well, I knew we were going to be incredibly lucky to have any opportunity in this space. You know, like I was an actor and I had shitty jobs before I started Electric Playground. And I wanted to make a company and a show that I was incredibly proud of, proud to put my name on. And I wanted to hire people that I was really proud to work with and excited to build stuff. But I knew never to take it for granted, and I still don't. You know, I never have, I never did, and I never will.
There's not a day that I don't wake up every day. I wake up every day going, is it all still there?
Yeah.
Is everything there? Is everyone there? Does everyone still like each other? We're all good.
And it shocked me.
That's why there's no, it's going away. It's going away.
Well, it shocked me to go out in the field and ever see that attitude anywhere, especially as it surrounds the gaming space, you know, because we are so goddamn lucky to get up and talk about this stuff every day.
There are people that legitimately have to figure out how to cure cancer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
There are doctors out there that have to deal with real illnesses.
There are cops.
We get to talk about the Fox Disney deal.
I know.
And what that means for the fucking nerds out there like us, which we will get to in a second. Before we do that, a couple housekeeping things. Of course, Victor will be joining us in about an hour on The Real News Show, which is a Kind of Funny Games Daily. He's going to lend his knowledge to that, which is great because I was on the show yesterday. So he will more than make up for my lack of knowledge. I guarantee
You're not
we
a
talked
gamer.
about that.
bit.
I'm a casual gamer. I mean, you know, I worked at IGN for so long that I picked up a lot of it, but I always felt a little out of place there because people would be like, "Holy shit, did you see the new trailer for this?" Yeah, that. And I'm like, "No, I was sleeping. Like, I didn't watch the Game Awards. I barely picked up on all the stuff that happened at PSX."
I had a thought about gaming because it's a time thing, right? Like it takes you have to make a choice.
Yes.
Right. You can game or you can watch movies and catch up on your Netflix and all that stuff.
So.
But games, the way that they're being sort of made and sent out now, sort of dovetails into the Twitch kind of world and the YouTube streaming world. It's like you have to commit to it like it's a job in a way.
You do.
And now you stream, and then you may have split. So the games have become jobs for a lot of
and that's the other thing too is the games are getting longer. Obviously, as companies are as these companies are figuring out how to keep you more and more like the long tail aspect of these games are happening. Right, you're getting DLC, you're getting all these things that are like you're getting games that used to be like we just reported on God of War how God of War used to be like a 10 to 15 hour experience. Now it's like 30-hour experience.
They don't want you to leave.
They don't want you to leave. They want to own every aspect of you. And I don't dislike that. It's just that I'm very cautious of what I could dedicate my time to because I get addicted to things. I just started playing Wolfenstein 2 last night, and I'm like, damn it.
It's amazing.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I love first-person shooters, and this fucking it's scratching that itch.
Well, and then
it's in.
The flip of it is that I think the other entertainment sectors have kind of recognized that this addictive element is there, and they're combating it in some pretty severe ways. Like Netflix has several shows that are worth your time.
Oh yeah.
And they take up chunks of your life.
Yeah.
You know? And then there's HBO.
Netflix has done every single possible thing they could do to keep you in their ecosystem.
Yeah.
They do the thing where it starts auto-playing the trailer for it, and you're like, man, maybe I do want to watch Rogue One again.
Yeah.
And then have you noticed they've done the most important thing I've ever seen any streaming service do? They put the little skip intro button on there.
Yeah.
So I don't even have time to think about whether or not I'm watching the next episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just skip some of it. They used to just skip into the episode.
Yeah.
But if it has a precursor or whatever, like cold open for the show, it'll let you skip that intro, and I'm just like, I got it. Like I started watching The Crown season 2 last night.
Oh, I've heard that's amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've heard that. And
Nothing happens,
doesn't it
but
feel
it's so
like
British.
that skip time or that time in between episodes just keeps shrinking?
Oh,
it's like,
yeah,
we're going to start the show in 3. Like now it's we're going to start. We started. Yeah, here we go.
Eventually, they're just going to say screw it, and they're going to make the thing 8 hours long of a continuous episode. It's going to be just season 2.
Yeah,
that's it. No
That'd
episode
be great.
breaks.
I'd love that.
Go. Well, I mean, like, you look like a show like The Crown, right?
Yeah.
It's made for Netflix. Why is it episodic?
Episodic.
Yeah.
Why?
Because people can't
Other
commit
than to give you that accomplishment or achievement feeling of like, I watched 3 episodes. You see, like people like to know where they're at.
Gamified delivering that to you.
Because it would be a little daunting if you paused it and it was 4 hours and it was a 16-hour thing. You're like, that's a little crazy.
We're all going to look like Malcolm McDowell at the end of Clockwork Orange in the next few years.
Yeah, definitely. God, that movie was great. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, today we have a packed schedule. Victor will be back for Kind of Funny Games Daily. We will also at 1 o'clock be doing Gamescast, and then at 3 o'clock be doing GOG. Those are both live, so if you are supporting us on Patreon, you get access to those. I believe it's at the $1 above level. It's really, really going to be worth it. Those pre and post shows that we do, shenanigans. Of course, we are racing toward our break. Next week, we will not have either of the morning shows. Regularly scheduled content will be happening, but the morning shows will be off because we will be off. But we will be thinking about you guys, and every once in a while, periodically, I will just pop into the chat. If you're there, I'll say hi. If no one's there, I'll say hi into the abyss, the void. Kevin shaking his head. Kevin doesn't think that's going to happen.
I don't believe that you can do it.
He can't quit you, is what he's saying.
I can't quit you.
That's right. He's coming back, even on break.
Kevin, I put the wrong link in here. Although, bring this up real quick. Our Let's Play Family Reunion GOG is rolling out this week. These are actually great. We got an opportunity to talk to all the guys from Achievement Hunter, some people from Funhouse, and I believe one person from...
Is that what's on the TV right here?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right here. So we went down to LA for a weekend, and all of the Let's Play family got in one house together. We played PUBG. We got drunk. We did shenanigans.
I've never hung out with these Rooster Teeth.
They're really great people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is Achievement Hunter guy?
This is Jeff from Achievement Hunter. He started Achievement Hunter. He's one of the founders of Rooster Teeth.
Awesome. Does he put a tattoo on every time he gets an achievement?
No, I think he's out of space.
Okay.
Yeah, I cheese him all the time. He's got 78 tattoos, and he's way cooler than I am. But we wear the same Vans, so that works out.
All right. Okay.
Kevin also.
Is that his house or is that the office?
No, this is we rented a rented a mansion, and all of the Let's Play network, who is Achievement Hunter, Rooster Teeth, us, Funhouse, a bunch of other creators, all came to LA for a weekend.
How cool!
Hung out in the house, made content. It was like there was like camera setups everywhere. And
That's awesome.
They kept live switching between those. So this was their podcast setup. We did that there. This was a while back, but people were wanting this, so we got it from them.
So you guys are still totally independent, but you're partnered with Rooster Teeth on stuff.
But yes. Yeah. So they come in and they help us get sponsorship deals. They do all of our merchandise. They guide us a little bit as far as like when I need to reach up and grab an adult's hand, and walk with them because I'm scared because there's a crowd around me. That's what they do on those things. That's great. Kevin, can you bring up the Secret Santa thing? That's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Are you my Secret Santa?
I am not your Secret Santa.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't give gifts anymore because I'm a curmudgeon.
Okay. All right.
You don't give gifts.
I don't give gifts anymore. My mom called me the other day. She's like, "Listen, we have to stop giving gifts. We're all 40." And I'm like, all right, if you don't want to. She's like, give me the gift.
Too?
No. Well, it's been 40 for about the last 25 years. So yes, if you guys didn't know, the Let's Play, every Let's Play channel got a Secret Santa. We didn't know whose ours was. So the whole shtick was, we got a little bit of money, you had to send someone a present. We didn't know what it was going to be. So you guys can go check out what we got from Secret Santa. And then you can also check out Game Attacks. You have to check out Game Attacks because we got Game Attack and we sent them probably the best / worst present of all.
There's a link right there in the video.
Right there. Go check that out. I don't want to spoil the joke for all of you guys out there that haven't seen it, but that's where it is. All right. People complain that I do too many housekeeping things. So we're just going to go straight into the news.
Do you have any more housekeeping?
No, I think we're done.
All right.
We talked about you.
Can I do some?
Me enough. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you want?
No, we're good, actually.
Okay, great.
I got nothing. Okay.
In case you guys have been living under a rock for the last 15 years, there's a new Star Wars coming out today. Or no, it's not today. Excuse me.
Today.
Thursday.
For some of us today.
For some of you today, some of us yesterday. Some of the rest of the old people, we have to see them with the rest of the peons. We had to get tickets and see with the peons. I don't have cool ins, but it doesn't matter. We'll be seeing that Thursday. Of course, we'll give you guys our reactions right afterward. You will not be able to contain us from telling you our opinion.
Should we go to the internet and just get all the spoilers and just read out all the spoilers?
The reviews are out.
Yes.
And yesterday, everyone got so pissed at me.
Yes.
Because I fucking tweeted a GIF that was from a TV spot. I didn't go watch the movie and make the GIF, people. The GIF is out there. Yeah. Okay? I'm sorry if I spoiled it for you. That was not my intention.
Was a porg in it?
No, there was no porg.
Okay.
There was. I don't want to even get into it because people are so mad at me for doing this thing that I accidentally saw. And to be honest, maybe subconsciously someone fucking spoiled it for me, so I wanted to ruin your day. If I'm being honest, we're doing a therapy session right now. That's probably what happened.
You guys are so real with your community. I love it.
You know what? People gave me so much shit. Nick, someone was like, "Why do you? I love you, but why do you always spoil shit?" And I'm like, I don't always spoil.
I saw that too, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Right?
This one, I think. I mean, I've seen a lot of people quitting social media this week, like flat out, like I'm not reading anything. They are disappearing.
I totally get it.
Yes.
I totally get it. I am one of those people that wants to do that. I have not watched a trailer or a TV spot.
Yeah.
I saw this GIF that I tweeted out yesterday.
Right.
Because it was on a random TV spot that I saw in a bar, I think. And I'm like, oh, I saw that. I did not realize that people were not clamoring to see all those things because I work with Tim Gettys, and Tim Gettys is like the dark net when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
He goes and finds it and watches every single thing he possibly can.
I work with Happy Console Gamer all the time, Johnny Millennium, and he's exactly the same, and he just starts talking to me about the stuff. I'm like, shut up, dude.
You gotta throw
I don't want to know.
No, I do not know. So we will not be reading the reviews, although the Hollywood Reporter has spoiled it for me. Because I looked at my...
Has it spoiled it for you?
I looked at my phone.
Yeah.
This morning, you know how you have the notification on your iPhone where it just says message?
Yeah.
So that if your wife sends you a nude, which my wife never does, despite me begging her
Was that
to
a
do
hint?
it.
Was that a hint?
No, she knows. I tell her every day. I'm like, can I have it? And she's like, no, you're not going to do that.
Is that one of the housekeeping items on the show?
That is not. But if you want to text my wife, no, don't worry about that. No, so I look at my phone this morning, facial ID, unlocks it. First headline I see is the Hollywood Reporter's review, and the thing is, I don't want to know if it's good or bad. I don't want to know anything. I want to go in with a clean slate.
Right.
I already have my expectations of this. I've already had early impressions on Twitter where everyone's like, I can't talk about it, but, and then yada, yada, yada. You're like, fuck you. You clearly have an opinion
How
on
could
this.
it not be good if they've given Rian Johnson another whole trilogy that he could make? Like, if it was just a meh,
well, let's put it this way.
It's on the fence.
What was it? What is the hell's the guy's? Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow, who was supposed to...
Colin Trevorrow.
Trevorrow.
Yes.
Was supposed to be doing...
Nine. Yes. Thank God.
That didn't work out so well.
Thank God, yes.
So clearly Kathleen Kennedy and the good fine folks over at Lucasfilm and Disney are not gun-shy about going, I don't like you. You're not... My friend doesn't like you either. Like, we're not going to let you fuck up one of these movies. You're out. Right. Famously, of course, they did all those reshoots for Rogue One, and that worked out well.
I think that's what you want from the Shepherd, though, right?
If the Shepherd is true and good, which I believe they are.
I think they are. I
believe they are.
I didn't watch Force Awakens last night. I'm seeing The Last Jedi today after my time with, so this is probably the best Tuesday of my life.
So did you want to rub that in a little bit more? Yeah,
I got an invite and I can't believe I'm going to go and see the movie later. But
exciting.
I watched the making of The Force Awakens last night. I couldn't devote the whole 2 hours.
How many times did you tear up?
I didn't this time, but I did before when I watched it before, especially when they talked about the making of BB-8 and they talking with the creators of R2 and like they didn't know if it all worked beautiful. BB-8 is amazing, right? Like what a great creation.
I know.
But Kathleen Kennedy is in this thing and she's saying, look, we had to be students of Star Wars. We had to learn it. We had to really soak it up. And there was great respect, at least in 2015, paid to George Lucas. And, an acknowledgement that this was his universe, but they had to become as knowledgeable and passionate for his universe as he was, but without the zealotry, I think, without sort of going over the top and, just getting to the point where, like, remember the making of The Phantom Menace and all that stuff where he was just rubber stamping art and he just looked like this emperor that had kind of lost his way.
But that sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And I feel like there was much more trepidation, but a lot of the correct choices using practical effects and shooting on film, and it all came top down. It was like, no, they made some major missteps with the prequels. We can't make those same mistakes again.
It's a fantasy come true for a lot of these filmmakers. And you'll hear that that's the first thing that Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams said, right? Like, I grew up on Star Wars. Like, it's what a weird and wacky reality you get to live when you're born in the late, I think J.J. Abrams was probably born in the late 60s, early 70s, right? He can't be that much older than me, but
I think
vastly more successful.
He's probably like 1970 or 71.
I would assume so. So you have to think that right around the time he was coming of age, Star Wars became a huge thing for him. Obviously, he loved Spielberg. Obviously, he loved Lucas. He's talked about that a lot.
1966.
1966. Same with Rian Johnson, obviously. Rian Johnson's probably, what is he, my age, 37, in his 40s?
Give me 1 second.
You know what, don't look it up. It'll make me depressed. What an amazing thing that these people who grew up on this was their childhood. This is my childhood. Get to then go and pay respect to the series by adding one of their own to it, right? And you have a reverence, right? You have, like, this is sacrosanct. This is probably the most beloved science fiction nerd series, I guess we could call it science action adventure nerd series that there ever has been.
Yes.
And so to get the opportunity to do that, these guys have such reverence for it. It's great.
More than that, though, right? Like, if they're making theme parks about it, it has passed a kind of a genre kind of blockade.
Oh, yeah.
It is a cultural sort of milestone, And you're adding to the zeitgeist around this brand that is omnipresent, and it touches almost every aspect of our lives in some way. And so the filmmakers that get scrutinized and get chosen to go through, not only do they have to have the chops, but they also have to be able to sort of navigate through all of the, the desires of the parent company and all of the people that shepherd this stuff to get us out as films. And I don't think that's a small task. They really want Taika Waititi, the guy that just did Thor Ragnarok, and which was amazing. And I think he'd be great. But he's, I think quite rightly expressed concern that, you know, like his vision might not jibe perfectly with Kathleen
especially
Kennedy.
since you have to understand that his vision is very similar to Chris Miller and Phil Lord, who kicked off the Han Solo film for having that vision, right? So there is, and this is, I mean, to be fair, this is what you want. You want Vision to go up until Vision stops. And you want Kathleen Kennedy to be that final say of like, hey, I am the keeper of these things, similar to how Kevin Feige is the keeper of everything Marvel, and that's why that universe works.
Rogue One was the big determiner. And I know you guys have Gary Whitta on here all the time. Huge fan of that guy. He's awesome. But
so
and Rogue One was fantastic. It was. I didn't feel the connection to the characters as much with seeing that movie the first time. But then when you see it a few more times and you see all the clockwork pieces come together. But the fact that that movie worked so well and it became the favorite Star Wars movie for a lot of people out there. And there's a lot of great material in it, and it just works as a rewatch like crazy, right?
I watched it again the other day on Netflix. It's just there, and I'm like, I'll watch it one more time.
It's so fun. And if it didn't work, that would really be the scary sort of moment.
It would be very telling for the Star Wars franchise, especially given that now Rian Johnson is going on and doing his own trilogy that has nothing to do with the Skywalker
Has that been fully confirmed?
I believe so,
yeah. And now there's a new rumor that in 2019, the Obi-Wan movie is going to go into production. And Ewan McGregor will come back for that. So
I love that Ewan McGregor. I watched T2, Trainspotting 2, like 6 months ago, and I was like, that man has the best smile in the business.
He's incredible.
By far, and the best hair.
Real quick, to touch to one of the things you guys were saying earlier about BB-8, his handler, like the guy that controls him, a best friend.
Is he?
Yeah.
No way.
Shit. Yeah.
Wow, you guys got to have him on here.
Get him on the show.
And then fly him to Vancouver, and so he can hang with me too.
There you go. We'll get the first leg. You gotta have that second leg. That's not. Let's switch gears real quick and go over to what I'm sure has Tim Gettys' panties in an uproar. Detective Pikachu gets
Does
summer.
Tim wear panties?
I hope so.
Do we just reveal all of this stuff?
No. Tim wears me undies. He loves those things.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Detective Pikachu gets summer 2019 release date. I should probably.
Are you psyched for this? Nick?
No.
I'm psyched this for one reason, because Ryan Reynolds is the voice, and I love Ryan Reynolds. Everyone is such a fair weather fan of Ryan Reynolds, and it's bullshit. Everyone's like, Ryan Reynolds' career is over, and then he comes back as Deadpool, and everyone's like, I've been on the Ryan Reynolds train for years.
He's consistently amazing in whatever he's in. He was a bit insufferable though in Blade 3. He was
supposed to be comedy relief in that,
but he was a bit in that franchise. It was like I could see Wesley Snipes like
wanting to kick him in the face.
I could see that a bit.
I could understand that.
But he was still like he's so good in everything that guy is in.
He's very charming to me. He's very good. He's very inspirational from a body perspective because he's always jacked.
Well, that was Blade 3 that did that too.
God, he was so jacked.
I couldn't even believe it when I saw it. I was like, this is the comedian dude.
That's
what
the guy.
What
that's
did
the
he do?
two guys, a girl, and a pizza joint guy.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Well, you know, he's from Vancouver, so he's like a hero to the Vancouver. His Twitter handle is Van City Reynolds. So he's a hero to like Vancouverites, and to watch his star just explode like that. He shoots Deadpool in Vancouver, and I think he's going to bring a lot of stuff back to the city, which is cool. He'll probably shoot this movie in Vancouver.
I hope so. I hope everything's shot in Vancouver. Vancouver is just like, I've been there now twice. I had the good fortune of going up there for one of Greg's movies that he helped kind of get produced and helped push out. Heel Kick.
Yeah.
They did a screening there, so I went up with them. That was the first time I've ever really spent time
with me. He was he was an editor and a camera operator and a writer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Cooper. Incredible.
Oh, that's right. Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
So I spent like I think we were there for 2-3 days, and my wife and I just walked around, and I was like, God, this city's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But it really is San Francisco.
Yeah.
LA, like it can be anything, and I love that about it.
Have you been to Sydney yet?
Oh, I have not been to Sydney, no.
Sydney's got that vibe too.
Same thing.
Yeah, you could really sort of kludge them. I think there was a skateboarding game that did that, where it was Sydney, Vancouver, and San Francisco. They pushed it all together, and
that's cool.
Which was pretty rad.
Oh, there you go.
You guys must have had fun in Vancouver. You're all friends with the CW superheroes, right? I see.
We were, but they were all off shooting. They weren't shooting, rather. Sorry, I think they were on hiatus at the time.
See, that's the weirdest
So I was trying
thing.
to go and visit Rahul over from iZombie, and I was like, I want to go and see you guys do a scene. Like, I love the show. It's super well done. But he was every time I'm in a town that he's supposed to be in. Like I was in London. He's from London. He's like, I'm not there. I go to Vancouver. He's like, I'm not there. I'm in LA. I go to LA. He's like, I'm in Vancouver.
Right.
I think he's dodging me. Actually, now that I think about this, I think he doesn't like me. But,
might be on purpose.
But I think I'm obviously a huge fan of The Flash as well. So it'd be awesome to see those guys and meet Grant.
I mean, that's the weirdest thing. Like those guys will shoot a block away from us, from where we live, and I will see all the camera stuff. And I saw who plays Cisco. The guy that plays Cisco, he was just hanging there, and I
forgot the actor's name.
It's just amazing, though. Like, there's superheroes all over the place in Vancouver all the time, which is just crazy.
I love it.
It's like,
I love it.
It's like professional Comic-Con. Yeah.
Because here's what happens in San Francisco, right? They send a small crew to film the exteriors here, because it's so fucking expensive to do it in this series, and then the rest of it's filmed in your town. Which, by the way, not getting less expensive.
No,
in
Vancouver. It's incredibly stupid expensive to live there.
Yeah.
But with all the tax breaks and all the stuff and all the locations and the crew is world class. You know what? Actually, this is a weird story and a total aside, but Sean Connery had tax issues in the States because he was a British guy, but he did so much work in the States. So he couldn't stay in the States. So when he was filming the Presidio in San Francisco, he was staying in Vancouver, and I ran into him when I was a kid.
You're kidding me.
Yes, and I talked to Sean Connery and said, "Oh my God, I'm such a huge fan of yours." And I was like 17 or 18, whenever they were filming that thing.
That's awesome.
I totally lost it. Like,
I would lose my shit if I saw Sean Connery.
And I was like, "Oh, you don't want anybody to know that you're here? Okay,
yeah, I'll be cool.
I'll be cool.
Can we hang out later?"
So not cool.
That's what I want to know. Going back to Detective Pikachu, Universal Pictures has pegged a May 10th, 2019 release date for the Legendary Entertainment's Detective Pikachu, based on the popular Pokemon. Not much more here, other than in May is going to be a good month. We'll all go see this. This will be fun. And by all of us, I mean Tim Gettys.
It has to be. It has to be a little ironic. I think there has to be a sense of self-awareness to this thing.
I'm guessing
it can't just be straight Pokemon content.
I think when you bring in Ryan Reynolds, you want it to be. You're asking for a specific tone.
I hope so.
And it's going to be sarcastic, and it's going to be self-aware, and it's going to be fun.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Pokemon that well to go deep into the Detective Pikachu reality, but maybe we'll bring on Tim when the story heats up a little bit more.
They're a fastidious company. They're very protective of their brands. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here with this character and with this actor.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
I'm psyched.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next news story is something we've been talking about for a very long time.
Are we going to confirm it, Nick?
We're not going to confirm it.
Right here on
the Kind of Funny Morning Show, we are the most prestigious of all news organizations. We are the CNN of the internet.
Yes.
CNBC reports Fox, Disney on glide path for Thursday deal announcement.
Wow.
Sources say. This story reads 20th Century Fox. This is from I said CNBC. 20th Century Fox and Disney are on a glide path for Thursday deal announcement. Sources familiar with the deal said Disney became the sole suitor after Comcast dropped its bid for the majority of Fox assets on Monday. We've been following this story for a while.
So Disney has kind of become Galactus?
Yes.
A little bit?
They are just gobbling up all worlds.
Right? Yeah,
yes.
So how long until they buy EA? I was talking with my buddy Blake, who works with me, but like ESPN, EA, they already partner. Why don't they just buy them? They have them doing their games.
I don't know too much about that, but I've stipulated why don't they buy DC? That's what I want. I want them to go over and bring DC into the fold. Still keep them separate.
I think Warner Brothers has to figure this path out, and I've said this too. Well, first of all, let's talk about this Fox and Disney thing, because this is huge.
Well, we've talked about this a lot on the show.
Okay.
This is huge. Obviously, we're going to get to what this means, the follow-up, but more of a deep dive. In a couple seconds, we're going to talk about what this means for the rated R superhero movie like Logan and like Deadpool.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
because Nick and I are deciding.
We are deciding.
Yeah, we're going to figure this out.
Not James Mangold, who was quoted in the story that we're about to read next.
We're going to figure this out.
But it's me and Victor.
Yeah, and then we're going to call everybody and make sure they do it.
No, but obviously, I think everyone can agree this is good news. But Disney's not stupid, right? They look and they say, hey, there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Your franchises, which are great and still very widely loved, are not doing so well at the box office.
Yeah.
Ours are. I think they have a good pedigree now of looking and saying, like, it's right for the taking, right?
Yeah.
It's right for the taking. So my question becomes, how much longer till Warner Brothers pulls a Sony and goes, hey, Sony goes, our Spider-Man movies aren't doing so well. Can we partner? Can we find this relationship here and figure this out? Now, granted, that's Marvel. There's the whole Marvel connection. I'm in a pipe world of my own where I want Kevin Feige to get his hands on Batman, but that's few and far between. Let's take it back down from 10,000 feet to 1 foot.
I think we have to see X-Men versus Avengers before we see Marvel versus DC on screen. But that's an inevitability. Whether it's Warner Brothers partnering with Marvel and Disney, you know, or there's an acquisition in there for sure. That's going to happen. I don't think the acquisition happens though, because this is our modern mythology, and it's about reinvention. They have to take these brands and they say, okay, let's just clean all this stuff out and let's try this again. They're going to find the secret sauce with DC, you know, properties on screen. I don't think they have.
They have not.
But they have with their shows. And you know, they've had, I think, quite a bit of success with much smaller budgets and some really great casting choices with those characters. I just read that the Nightwing movie is going to start to have, and I hate to sound like I'm harping on Warner Brothers and DC. It's not easy to do this.
Of course not.
Marvel made it look like it is easy to do this.
We've prefaced it by saying that this show that we do right here is way easier to do than making anything of any consequence.
Yes.
So everyone knows that we're all full of shit.
And I'm a DC,
but there you go.
I'm a DC fanatic as well, like Greggy is, and can I call him Greggy?
Yeah,
it's okay.
Well, it's in his handle.
All right, okay. But I feel like they have too many competing visions about how they're going to approach their characters on screen over at WB and DC, and they need to find you know.
They need to find parity.
Yeah,
They need a common through line and a focus.
Yes.
You know? And I think Jeff Johns is the guy to do that, and I think we've seen that with Wonder Woman. We've already seen the train. Like, everyone obviously, I mean, these people watch the show all the time. We talk about this ad nauseum, but if you're new to the show, this is the first time you've come here, everyone knows that Batman vs. Superman and Justice League is sort of the tail end of the old guard.
Yeah.
Right? It's the tail end of the Zack Snyder world, the quote-unquote Chris Nolan looking at that franchise, even though I don't buy that Chris Nolan has anything to do with it necessarily, other than just a name and collecting a giant check.
That's the dope.
But Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman really was the first step forward positively for DC.
Yeah.
Pulling it back to this, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Follow-up story to this comes over from CBR.com, which I don't know what that is, but at CBR.com it says, Logan director, who is James Mangold, on what Disney-Fox sale might mean for the rated R Marvel movies. Now, we've talked a lot about...
What did Mangold say?
Well, he says, quote, well, I'll read the story for you, and then we'll go into that, because I always jump in halfway through the story with zero context, and everyone's like, I'm really confused. Disney is expecting to announce a major asset purchase later this week. The seller, 21st Century Fox owners of the coveted Marvel superhero films rights like X-Men and Fantastic Four. There's no doubt Disney would pay just about anything, and likely will, to get those characters back into their court after the rights were sold by Marvel years ago. A move like that could put Avengers and mutants in the same film, finally. But the sale of Fox's Marvel assets to Disney could also mean the end of a recent highly successful trend, the R-rated superhero movies. Quote, if they're actually changing their mandate, if what they're supposed to do alters, that would be sad to me because it just means less movies, Logan director James Mangold said in an interview with Deadline on potential changes to Fox. He goes on to say, quote, the real thing that happens when you make a movie rated R behind the scenes is that the studio has to adjust to the reality that there will be no Happy Meals. There will be no action figures, Mangold said. The entire merchandising, cross-pollinating side of selling the movie to children is dead before you even start. And when that's dead, it means you're making a grown-up movie.
Yeah, and it's like a chunk, it's like a vertical slice of their dough, of their operating income gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, if you look at the sales figures for the two most famously R-rated superhero movies, and I think the only R-rated superhero movies, of any consequence, Deadpool and Logan. Deadpool was made for $58 million, went on to gross net $783 million. No one had any expectation that was going to happen. They go, Fox goes, okay, let's try it again with Logan. They gave Logan $97 million, on a budget of $97 million. It comes in at $617 million, and people go, huh.
Yeah.
There might be something to this. There might be a whole generation of people that grew up that were born in 1980 that want to see a more mature superhero movie. The question becomes, Disney doesn't put out R-rated movies.
Yeah, they would.
So what happens now?
They would spin it out to Marvel. It would be under a different brand for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
You think they keep going with these movies?
They will if they make business sense and if they're appropriate for the character. I mean, you look at the Punisher TV show. That's as close to an R.
That thing was like X.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the last episode of that, I am a person that grew up on RoboCop.
Yeah.
So I'm not easily offended. And my sensibilities are not easily offended. The last like 30 minutes of that show, I actually went like this. I closed my eyes because I was like, this is so fucking violent. It's so fucked up.
It's like the casino shovel scene for like an hour.
Oh my God. It was like, I was like, this is violence for violence sake. But so yes, I understand that. I agree with you. I don't think this is the end of the rated R movie.
But Mangold brings up a great point there though. It's the amount of movies that get made. You know, like once you take a whole studio's output, because Fox was investing a shit ton of money into all of these X-Men films. Disney doesn't have, once they make this huge acquisition, they don't just have this endless stream of dough that they can just constantly budget for all of this production. So there will be less, overall movies if you include the sort of added sort of output of Fox as a movie studio in this space. And, Disney, I mean, one of the things that may help to bring a lot more production into the fold is Disney's streaming service. So maybe this is part of it as well, right? Because suddenly they get all of the Fox Marvel movies and all that stuff that they can stick onto that streaming platform as well.
And they own 60% of Hulu too.
And they own
they own Hulu. They will own 60% of Hulu once the acquisition goes through.
So they
already own 30%.
I don't know if when Disney buys Fox, if we get that same output. I don't know if we get that same amount of that we currently have as comic book movie fans. But the upside is that the universe will thread, and it will be a lot more cohesive, and it'll be a lot more exciting to see these characters interact together.
I'm fine with less output, as long as the quality stays to the benchmark that Marvel and Disney have been putting out.
I don't think we worry too much about the R-rated stuff. I think Disney's already showing that they are willing to partner on R-rated material out there. I think they will brand it under Marvel. They recognize that they have adult fans for this stuff. They want, moms and dads to go to the Disney parks and see the Marvel stuff just as much as the little kids. They have to come in on a bunch of different sort of, which always blows me away when I go to Disneyland. Like Disneyland, right in the center of the park, you have this statue of Walt Disney holding Mickey Mouse's hands. I feel like George Lucas and Stan Lee should be standing right beside them.
Now they should be.
Right? Because they are so integral to what Disney represents now.
Oh, yeah.
And they just don't get that respect, I feel,
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I hope you're right.
But I have one thing to say about this DC thing. I can't believe, I just read that the Nightwing movie might still be rocking, and the director says he's going to have news about the movie in February, because they just had the Brazil Comic-Con, and DC went up on stage and gave their whole slate. They didn't talk about a Justice League 2. They didn't talk about a Man of Steel 2.
Nightwing is not happening.
But Nightwing. But here's the thing: if they are doing Nightwing, they just cast Brendan Thwaites as Dick Grayson in the Titans streaming show. Thwaites was in the last parts of the. He's a movie actor.
Yeah.
And they brought him to this show. Berlanti's producing it. I'm excited for it. They can't now go and cast another Dick Grayson and make him the movie Dick Grayson for that's stupid.
Though. They
can't do
they will. Here's why they will.
Nightwing a couple of years and put Brendan Thwaites into a movie.
Maybe, but the problem is this, and as a person I've tried to quit The Flash over and over again. It is just like a lever that I keep coming back to. I was like, I had 3 episodes on my DVR last night. I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Started watching one of them. Like, nah, man, I'm back in.
And Arrow is great too.
That's the problem is though, their TV properties are standalone, so good.
Yeah.
It's like, don't mess with that world. Let us have that. Right?
I say they make less episodes per season, and then they make movies with bigger budgets with those same actors. And then
that would be interesting.
You make 13 episodes, and then you go, okay, at the end of this, we're going to make a nice feature 2-hour thing, and maybe you include a whole bunch of them, and then you're sort of getting the best of all worlds, and you're keeping an already established audience. Like there's tens of millions of people around the world that are watching these shows. You want them to go to the theater to watch these superheroes.
You do. We've talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
From your mouth to God's ears. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that's it for news.
We're just solving stuff here.
We are solving. That's what we do here. That's what we do. If only people would watch.
Come on, executives.
We're going to go into some tips right now. If you guys want to talk to me or to Victor and say anything, give us a $5 tip. We will read the comments of that if they are appropriate. If they are sexual in nature, I will keep those for when I go home
Except
later.
if it's your wife. Yeah.
There you go. Well, it's definitely not. Trust me on that one.
Okay.
Our first tip today comes from Trevor the Jones. Says, hello, you beautiful humans. I'd like to wish another beautiful human happy birthday, my girlfriend Megan. Love you, peoples. We love you back.
That's very sweet. That's very nice.
Mr. Yasman300 says, Nick, I made a better version of the KF biopic fake movie trailer. Kevin saw it and he liked it. I'll click on this. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's getting better.
It's better.
It's getting better. It's not great.
Can you send it to me?
It's getting better, but it's not great.
I can't find the link here.
I like that he put the Sundance. You guys already won an award at Sundance.
We're already there. I'll put it right underneath the first topic there.
With the accolades on your poster. That's great.
Well, you got to get those the olive. Or what are they? The olive branches. Is that what they are? What the heck are they?
I don't know.
No,
They
they
had
call
a
it
name that was wrong for him. Remember that one time?
Yeah, I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't make movies. King Eddie says, "Holy shit! You know I got a tip when my boy Batwing is on the show."
Oh wow.
Been
That's my
since I was 12 years old up in here in Canada. Now, Mr. Lucas, do you have any plans to come back to Fan Expo Toronto?
Yeah, I almost went this past year, but the scheduling didn't work out. But next year, for sure, that is absolutely the plan. And I guess I can kind of announce this. Tommy and I have been talking about Tommy Tellerico, my old co-host on EP. You know Tommy?
I do.
He runs Video Games Live, and there's a Canadian tour of Video Games Live. And so he's coming back. And so we have been talking about collaborating on some fun stuff, and we'll have an announcement soon. But I definitely would love to work with him again. It's been a numerous amount of years, and it's time to shoot some new reviews on the run stuff and meet people.
Look at that. We're talking about news while we're making news. That's how good we are here. When we're off air, and actually, no, I don't have you for that much longer. You got to go at 1. So what the heck is Batwing?
Oh, Batwing's my gamer tag. That's for everything on Steam, on
You got
Nintendo.
that everywhere?
I got it everywhere.
I've
been doing this for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
this ain't your first rodeo.
So yeah, Xbox Live, and and I don't know where it came from, but I like it. And there is now actually a DC Comics Batwing character. He's the African Batman. Which that came out much later, but it's cool that there actually is a hero.
They got to pay you for that.
Of course, it's Batman's plane, and there's
sure.
a Ryan Reynolds Batwing reference, I think, in there too. But people can dig that, dig for that.
Man, you're like an onion. I love it. Quick Attack V2 says, "Shout out to my boy Shank Canizer." I don't know that person. He came home on his lunch break to play PUBG with me, and we got our first winner chicken dinner.
Very nice.
Congratulations. I have yet to do that.
Have you played this game?
PUBG?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun.
I just played it for the first time. I streamed it.
It's so fun.
It was fucking crazy. I loved
wild.
it. Yeah, it's really intense.
We played it with Greg a couple times. We also played it at the Let's Play Family Reunion, and I'm terrible at it, but it's super fun. I played with the Achievement Hunter guys, and they're really good.
Yeah.
And so we got really, really far. But I was definitely, I felt like the kid who just started playing sports, but can't do the runs yet.
Come on, you can keep up.
I'm like, no, guys, you go. Just go. Just go. I kept jumping out of the fucking car.
I think that's the secret of it. Yeah, I ran over a guy in the car for the first time, and it was exhilarating to kill someone.
Yes.
Love it.
We love violence.
Yes, but it's one of those games where you don't have to be good, you still have a good time. It still works.
It's true.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
fun.
why it's so successful, I think.
TFH the show, DJ Kento has given us 3 tips. It says, people forget Marvel Studios technically made rated R films. The last Punisher film was actually produced by Marvel Studios under a second banner, Marvel Knights. They could keep doing this.
Right.
There were a ton.
And Blade, too, was R rated as well.
That's true. Good point. There was a ton of merch for Logan, Funko Pop, t-shirts, hats, whatever. What is Mangold talking about? He's just talking about the bigger tie-ins with, you're not going to put Logan on. It's not going to have as wide an appeal. Right. As a movie that's
you know what though, you
PG-13.
just come out into the theater with Wolverine on the poster, and that's going to sell your Wolverine merch.
Yeah.
You just need to be in the zeitgeist. You need to be people need to be talking about it. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deadpool's the most marketed character by a long shot, is what he said.
Yeah.
He goes on to say, the too many movies thing doesn't work for me either. They're going to stop making Thor, Captain, Iron Man films sometime. X-Men and FF will fill that void.
Right.
Fantastic Four. I don't think Fantastic Four is going to fill the void of any Avengers
No,
movies.
they've got a real opportunity there. They can make the first good one.
Yeah,
yes.
They can try. Trevor the Jones has given us our final tip for now. It says, bring back fun clips, and he gave us a clip. Kevin is the keeper of all things fun. If Kevin thinks it's funny, we'll watch it at the end of the show. If not,
cool.
We will not do that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the next section I like to call P.S. I Love This Best Friend XOXO. Victor's asking what that is, and I'll tell you what it is.
Yes, please tell me.
It's your opportunity to go to kindafunny.com/bestfriend and nominate someone in our community you feel is just doing an outstanding job of being a human being.
That's awesome.
Just like JP Crowell did for Nathan Shannon. JP says, a little while ago I shared a picture of my classroom's pop figure collection with the Kinda Funny Facebook group, and Nathan noticed that we didn't yet have Finn from Adventure Time. This incredible human being then took it upon himself to send me this addition to our collection through the mail. He paid for the shipping all the way to Canada, and this is a lot of shipping.
Yeah.
And when I offered to come
dog sleds, the whole thing.
Yeah, they had to pull Cuba Gooding Jr. had to get those dog sleds back. He said to just pay it forward. What a best friend.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
This is awesome. Really cool. You got it all down with the community, and you've got them all supporting each other. I love this. It's amazing.
I think more often than not, they're just out there doing their thing, and we just dip in there to say hello every once in a while. That's right where we want it to be.
That's very cool.
All right, I got to whip through this next section because Kevin keeps reminding me that you have a schedule. We have to be out of here by 11:55. He is the new Andrea Renee. She is usually the keeper of time for me. She scares me. Kevin is now scaring me. So I'm going to go into the giveaway. Victor, if you didn't know, each and every day we give a game away here.
Oh, wow, cool.
There are 4 ways to win. 1, you can be in the Twitch chat. 2, you can be a Twitch subscriber. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. Give it to us if you want. If not, give it to someone.
What if you're a guest on the show?
If you're a guest on the show?
Yeah, do you get a game?
No, you don't get anything.
Okay, shit.
You have enough connections to get your own games,
I have many games.
People just throw games. You walk down the street, people throw games at you. I know. I've seen you at events.
People actually recognize me and they say, games, video games.
You're like, yes, thank you. Thank you.
Like, that's not my name, but I'll take it. That's fine.
2 other ways to win, of course, if you go to patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Support us at the $2 above level. You get entered to win those games. You also get the perks of the $1 above level, which means you can watch the shows live today as they happen. I'm not talking about this show, which happens every day live. I'm talking about GOG and Gamescast, which will be happening live today. Right. They're going to be great. You're definitely going to want to see those for the pre and post shows. Today's giveaway is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Let me tell you something about Omaha Steaks. For only $49.99, you can get the family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code KFGames in the search bar. That's 75% off. Now, we did an extra live stream a long time ago. We cooked a bunch of Omaha Steaks, right? Extra life for the kids. We love the kids, charity, steaks, all of these things are my favorite things, right? I leave, I come back, they made all of these steaks, they ate them all, except for these 3 kielbasas that I walked around with, and Kevin and I had these in our hand, and we are coining the term hand meat, okay, in a very PG way.
Okay. We aren't doing anything, I coined that term.
You and I are working on coining the term hand meat. We're almost there. We're almost there, babe. We're gonna get there, right? Right now,
Kevin is turning red right now.
Kevin's fine. I said meat, and he wants the meat. Right now, Omaha Steaks is giving away exclusive savings just to all the listeners. Listen to everything that you get for less than $50. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloin, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa hand steaks, 4 burgers. Hand meats rather, 4 potato au gratin, 4 caramel apple tarts, 1 Omaha Steaks seasoning pack, plus you get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free.
That's all for $50?
That's for less than $50, $49.99.
Wow.
Go to omahasteaks.com, enter KF Games in the search bar, and get 75% savings. It's the gift guaranteed to be a hit this holiday season. Woo! There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, today's winner of the show comes from the Twitch chat. Again, CR_Zeus. Z-E-U-Z, has won Thimbleweed Park on PS4. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Sweet.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. We're going to go into the old 3 and 3. We'll take 3 questions, comments, concerns, or, if you're so inclined, compliments from the non-subscribers, and then we will, of course, give a little extra time to the chosen few, the people who have chosen to be awesome and subscribe to the channel.
Chosen.
That's what I call them. I call them the Golden Children, mostly because I'm a huge Eddie Murphy fan, and I love Golden Child, even though I have yet to watch it. It's been on my queue for a while.
What? Really?
I've seen it a ton of times.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those where you put it on the queue and you're like, I'll watch this at some point later
because
I've seen
it again. Gotcha.
So queue up your questions for Victor. He's only going to be with us for another hour. Striven says, Nick, can we get an update on how many things you are the keeper of? This ongoing joke is still going on. I am the keeper of 23 things.
This ongoing joke is still going on.
One of the things, whether or not Blade Runner 2049 was a good movie. It was.
It was amazing.
Number 2, whether or not The Departed is a good movie. I believe it's not.
What?
I don't like The Departed.
Yeah, don't, like, just move on.
What?
He's joking.
3,
I don't know.
3
Lord.
we keep empty just in case we want to fill it with something. 4 is for little baby Jesus. And 5 is how many things I'm the keeper of, which is 23 things. There you go.
23 things.
There you go.
Okay.
GreedyFly_X says, Vic, oh, this is good. This is a good little tie-in to what we're doing today.
Okay.
Vic, what's your personal game of the year?
It's Zelda, and that's a bit, not much of a spoiler because I've been raving about this thing all year.
You and a few other people.
It's my favorite game of all time.
Really?
Yeah, and I came to a realization after a couple of months of not playing it and how much I was still thinking about it and how much it kind of reignited my love for this medium. You know, it's just an amazing achievement, and Nintendo didn't need to do this. You know, they could have just made us a familiar playing Zelda experience. They shook everything right up, and it's astounding.
This is one of those instances where I, especially as a casual gamer, who they have given me so much fodder to make fun of you hardcore gamers, you Nintendo fanboys.
Yes, yeah.
This is one of those instances where the second I started playing this game, boy, did it shut me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
it's playable.
You forget how good Nintendo is at giving you this thing that's just a little different and really special.
It's like a Miyazaki movie that you get to play, and it's just. it's profound. It's an amazing, like you in every other game now, you walk up to the mountain and you want to just climb it.
Yeah.
You can't
climb it.
Right?
Can't climb that mountain.
Yeah, it's so good.
And even if you can, maybe it'll rain. That was my one critique.
Yeah.
TJP43 says, Nick, have you belted yet? Jiu-Jitsu update. No, I have not belted yet. I'm a 4-stripe white belt right now. I just got 2 more stripes over the weekend.
Did you just start jiu-jitsu?
I started about 8 months ago.
Right on.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
Thank you.
I
did it a while back, a long time ago,
Yeah.
but I had some issues with claustrophobia that I was like, I can't progress in this. So as a
Claustrophobia?
Yeah, very claustrophobic.
And how does that tie into?
Because I don't like being put in like smothered.
Oh.
And so jiu-jitsu is obviously being pinned down and things like that. I couldn't deal with it. And so finally this last year I was like, fuck it, I love jiu-jitsu. I really want to go back to this. I really want to deal with this. And so I've been progressively dealing with that as I've been progressing in the sport, which has actually probably decreased the amount of time or increased the amount of time it's taking me to progress belt-wise, but I'm still having fun and it doesn't really matter.
That's great.
So I just competed in my first tournament last weekend. I got 3rd, and it was an in-house tournament, so it kind of doesn't count, but it does. And they gave me a stripe for that and a stripe for the amount of time that I've been there.
And you do stand-up comedy too, right?
I do.
That is awesome.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Well, that's just an amazing assortment of different skill sets to have right there. That's pretty good.
Not to get too meta with you, but this year has been the year that I kind of put it upon myself to start conquering fears for things.
Good for you.
And so both of those play into each other. So as I get success in one, it gives me confidence in the other.
No fear for Canadians.
Exactly.
So that's
no
good.
fear.
No, that's great.
Van City.
Yes.
Let's go into sub-only mode right now. And we'll talk to the chosen few, and then I will read subscribers as Victor gets a brief respite. Nope, that's not how you spell subscribers. Let's try that again. There we go.
Damn autocorrect.
Yeah, well, I'm a terrible speller. You know, I'm getting dumber.
Yeah,
as the
we
world,
all are, man.
As the world makes things easier.
Well,
for
we're
me.
becoming more and more cyborg, is what's happening.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trevor the Jones gave us another fun clip and said, "Hey, here's a fun clip for you guys." We watched that. Amy Gill says, "Very proud of you, Nick." Thank you, Amy. I'm very proud of you for being an awesome human being, always being there for us. Phylan says, I'm a diehard Zelda diehard Zelda since the original and played every one up until including the Wind Waker. I'm seriously dying to play Breath of the Wild. It looks like everything I've dreamed of. Why have you not played it yet?
That is kind of the great, description of Breath of the Wild. It is everything you've dreamed of. It's realizing all of those things that you created with your imagination in previous Zelda games.
Right.
Now you're playing it. Now you can do it.
Now, before we wrap up, I do want to hear this. You've played obviously the new Mario?
Yes.
How do you feel about that game versus Zelda?
Well, one of them is. It's incredible, and it's addictive as hell, and it's so fun, and it's rewarding, and it would have been Game of the Year, I think, had Zelda not already come out there. And Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, is also one of the other big ones out there. But Mario is another astounding accomplishment, because when you think it's done and you think you got it all figured out, it's like, nope, you got a hell of a lot more to do, and it's fun all the way. Like every minute of that game is super fun and super cool. And you're collecting costumes. And you do that in a million other games, but because it's Mario and you want to earn as many of those moons as you can, so you get all of those costumes.
I know.
It's so good.
All right.
Nintendo crushed it this year.
They did a good job this year.
Yeah.
What's that?
Have you gone to the darker side?
Yes.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin, people are asking about that fun clip that was sent in.
Yeah.
Was it a good clip? It was not good. Kevin said no.
Didn't grab I'll show it to you.
Not entertained.
No, Kevin is the keeper of all things fun. You want to watch it?
It looked like this doesn't look like it's gonna.
Well, let's make sure the audio.
We'll watch it.
Let's watch it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
It's 28 seconds long.
Here we go.
It hits
Ready?
our requirement of being short.
Pomegranates! No, not pomegranates!
What's happening?
No idea.
None!
She doesn't like pomegranates.
Wow.
I don't want them anywhere near here.
I gotta be honest, I don't like pomegranates that much either. Wow. I don't dislike it this much.
Wow.
But if you're asking me, do I want pomegranates on my salad? I'm like, I don't really know. They're hard to eat. Wow, she's really into it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that is your kind of funny
I
morning
want to
show.
go get some pomegranates.
Yeah, let's get them. Let's just throw them at this poor lady because she's having a bad day. If you're not watching this live and you are watching this on YouTube or listening to this, click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We got more fun content like this. Always great having special guests like Victor on the show.
Thank you for
joining me. I
This
appreciate
was
it. I'll give you the
amazing,
handshake.
Thank you.
Handshakes. I will be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Actually, I'll be back to read subscribers while Victor takes a break. He's coming back to Kind of Funny Games Daily in about 5 minutes. I love you all. I'll see you later. Bye.